Everybody, how y'all doing today? Hope you're having a good day. Hope you had a good Christmas. Mine was alright. I was here, Donnie and Panda, my stepdad, huh, Bubba? What's your treat? Alright. Little brat. Panda. We're gonna watch a video I watched this morning that is really good, and y'all should go check it out. Here we go, Donnie. Panda. Oh, forgot the one in the chamber. So we're gonna play this video by Nick Shirley. I am going to put the link in here. That way you guys can go watch it, give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff. And let's see, can I pin this to the top? I guess it'll stay up there this way. Anyway, so we're gonna watch this. No, I don't want to keep it up like that. I'll just keep posting it in here. We're gonna watch this video, guys. This, like I said, it's Nick Shirley's, and it's called "I Investigated Minnesota's Billion-Dollar Fraud Scandal." It's really good, so we're gonna play it for you guys right now and react to it together.
Hello, we'd like to ask where the money's going. What do you guys think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Sorry. I don't think anybody is enabling fraud to happen.
Hold Governor Walz accountable for this.
What was this money spent on? 1.26 million. What was that money spent on? There aren't any kids.
Answer the question. Are there children? There's no children inside this building.
Potentially the largest fraud scandal in U.S. history is taking place in Minnesota, as literally billions of dollars have been funneled through Somali-ran fraudulent businesses.
Is anybody surprised?
So much fraud, it could actually almost replace the entire GDP of Somalia. These fraudsters have worked hand in hand with the Minnesota government as they enabled billions of dollars to be given to fraudulent businesses underneath welfare purposes. Some of this money eventually landed in the hands of terrorist groups in Somalia like the Al-Shabaab, and others enriched themselves all at the U.S. taxpayers' expense. And in this video, we will break down all of the fraud from start to finish, from going to the fraudulent businesses and confronting the people who are making millions of dollars from the government. And we will also be confronting the incompetent government leaders who let this fraud happen. And to make this happen, I met up with a man who's been doing his own investigation for years now, as he has seen the fraud firsthand. His name is David. Let's get into this and be prepared to be shocked. How deep is this fraud here inside of Minnesota?
It is far worse than anybody can imagine. You heard it's 7 to 10 billion and maybe more, and now the numbers have been revised and put out there publicly that they think it's more like 8 billion. How I got involved is that where my office is here in Minneapolis, I'm sort of in the heart of all of this fraud, and I would see these childcare centers. I said, well, there aren't any kids there. It's the middle of the day, and all I see are a couple of guys standing out front smoking. And then I'd go by another daycare and I'd see the same thing. I said, well, where do these kids play? And so I started to go online and look, and I said, this place is licensed for 80 children. They had 0 children. Every time I went by there, they never had a single child there. Then I started to see all these transportation companies going around, and it was always a Somali driver. And I said, well, that's great. They're out there transportation contributing, but they never had a passenger. Never, ever once.
Yeah, that's a good
video.
video.
I said, well, what is all this transportation? What are they doing? So then I found out that in Minnesota, they have something called non-emergency medical transportation. So this is going to the dentist's office, therapy,
Dude,
whatever
we have those
it might
around
be.
here that are.
And I said, well, how
Muslim
many
names.
of these companies are there? And the research came back that there are 1,020 of them, and more than 800 of them are Somali-owned. Nobody from the state of Minnesota ever cross-checks to see if any rides were ever actually provided. All they did was write the check.
So right here, we have all this paperwork. And how are you getting all this information about the fraud?
A lot of it is through my own research. And then I have some contacts at the Capitol going back many, many years. And so the data that I'm getting is 100% accurate, coming directly from research done by people at the state Capitol.
All this paperwork right here, what are we looking at?
The areas of fraud that I have numbers for are mostly related to childcare. This is massive fraud that is beyond anyone's imagination, the scope. And so, for example, there's a childcare not far from here in Minneapolis that has two childcares listed at the same address. And together, they're licensed supposedly for 120 children. I have never seen a single child there ever. And I've been by that place at least 100 times.
Donnie.
These Somalians, these groups are setting up these daycares, these childcare centers,
Come on, baby.
getting
You just
money
got a
from the
treat, so
government,
no.
but there's no kids.
No
I
kids.
just gave you one.
Never had any of them. They're all fraught with violations. And even though they have these violations, they're still in operation and they're still getting money. And it's millions of dollars for every one of them every year.
And
That's insane.
who's getting the money? And where are they getting the money from?
So we have a thing called CCAP. It's a blend of federal and state money. The bottom line is it's taxpayer money, so it's state money and it's federal money. And the problem is the people at the state of Minnesota are the ones writing the checks. This is kind of the maddening thing is you have daycare, so you have adult daycare.
Lasagna.
And then you
I
have
want lasagna.
childcare. And then you have healthcare. And a lot of these same names keep coming up on all of these different types of businesses. And then, of course, we have the transportation. And a lot of those same names appear, a lot of the same addresses. There's one building that has 14 Somali healthcare companies at the same address. There's another
14.
building in St. Paul that has 22 Somali healthcare businesses at the same address.
And the government knows about this.
The government knows they're writing the checks. Yeah, the Democrats over there just writing the checks. What has happened is that the Somali community is a very closed community. They will not speak to anyone outside the community and talk about what's going on within the community. They vote as a block. And so when you're a politician, you're saying, look, I've got 100,000 people in Minnesota that if I do something for the community, they're going to vote for me. And that's what it's all about, is getting the votes. And then the people here in Minnesota, you hear this term, Minnesota nice. I'm so sick of that term. The people here are so afraid of being called a racist or an Islamophobe. And they're afraid of their own shadow. And I don't understand. This is our future generations are going to have to pay for all this fraud. And they just want to bury their heads in the sand and go on and just not worry about it. Tim Wall's saying there's organized crime in Minnesota. What did he do about it? Nothing. You got organized crime? What are you doing? This is the Minnesota law, which mandates that anyone who knows of fraud and is a state employee must report that fraud.
And they're not.
It's Minnesota Statute 3.971, Subdivision 9. Not only that, but Walls is also guilty of misconduct of a public employee. When I look at the world as a whole and I look at fraud,
I don't doubt that at all.
the Twin Cities is ground zero. The fraud is worse here than anywhere else ever in history. Anywhere.
We're going to go confront these people. We're going to go to these daycare centers. We're going to see what's actually happening.
Good.
Okay, so we have to be careful because these people are very violent. They're exceptionally violent.
Now, with all of David's evidence, we headed out to the streets of Minneapolis to see how much fraud we could uncover in one afternoon.
Where are we going now?
We're going to a place called Mako Childcare, which actually has another childcare registered at the same address called Mini Child Care Center.
So we should see lots of children if there's this child care center, especially if there's two.
The two of them combined are licensed for 120.
And how much money have these child care centers received?
None of those vans have moved in 6 months. None of them. In 2020, one of them received $1.3 million. In 2021, they got $987,000. In 2022, they got $714,000. That's the last I have for that one. And then the other one, $1.604 million in fiscal year 2025. Fiscal year 2024, they got about $800,000, and in fiscal year 2023, they got $904,059. This place right here. Yes.
We're outside of it.
Well, this is actually two daycares are registered here. One of them is Mako, which you see on this sign. The other one is Mini Child Care Center. And between the two of these child care centers, they're pulling in about $3 million a year. And there are no children. Every facility as you go to, the windows will be blocked out so you can't see in. There's nobody here. You won't see a single child at any of these facilities.
There are indeed no windows. All the windows are blacked out right here. All right, let's go in.
No.
And the child care center is locked. Should we ring the doorbell? Yeah. Try to get in, ring the doorbell. Nobody showed up. They're open 7 days a week,
Paul?
7 a.m. to 10 p.m. It says here on their sign, yet there's absolutely
Just
nobody
insane.
here. And this building here, right here, has generated millions of dollars, and it seems like business isn't even open right now, and it's a weekday. And if this was a daycare center, it wouldn't just be in some industrialized building. There would be maybe like a playground or something outside, or...
There's no play area for the kids. So where are the kids? Where's anybody? How can there be nobody here? And it's like this every single day. I've never seen a single child here. In 9 years, I've never seen a single child at this building. Right there.
Oh, then now it looks like we already got the Somalis coming through.
Yeah, they're coming. The word's out.
Look
Hello,
at all the
is this
cameras
your
on the
daycare?
outside of that building.
No, can you tell us why there are no children? Have you ever seen children at this child care center?
I'm not sure. I don't.
Doesn't know if she's ever seen a child here. All right, let's go to the next location.
And the fraud only gets more from here. Make sure you stay to the
Freaking
very end of this
Minnesota.
video to see exactly how much fraud we find by the time we are done. And before we go to the next location, I want to show you something super interesting about the flags of Minnesota.
And here in Minnesota, if you take a look at the Minnesota state flag, they recently changed it, and it very much so resembles the flag of Somalia. And really quick, I want to tell you guys about the sponsor of this video, Opus Clip.
That's crazy.
What used to just be an AI clipper has now become the most powerful AI growth tool for
Oh,
creators.
yeah.
Right now, over 10 million creators and...
We can fast forward over to this part.
But Opus is so simple that
There we go.
50% off. And now let's get back into the video. Now we're going to the next daycare center. How much money has this one generated?
This
Insane,
one,
Paul.
in
Insane.
fiscal year 2025, $1,042,059. In fiscal year 2024, $1,059,078. And in fiscal year 2023, $727,336.
This next one is literally one block away, and this one's also generated nearly $3 million in the past 3 years. Let's see if there's any children.
Jeez.
Let's see if any of the buildings are open. Here we go. All right, we've arrived to ABC Learning Center. All the windows are blacked out.
Oh, wait, look. It also
Let's see
says
if
Twins
anybody
Home Health Care Center.
Is here. This door is locked.
This facility is licensed for 40 children. 0 children. I've come by this place 100 times. I've never seen a child here, ever. The only thing I've ever seen is someone standing outside smoking.
What's crazy about this is that last daycare center is that green building right there. And the other daycare center right now is right here. These buildings should be operating as they're receiving literally millions
Oh, they
of
all
dollars.
hate that flag, Paul? I bet.
I knocked on the door, and to my surprise, somebody actually answered the door.
Hello? Can we speak? I would like to check a child in the daycare.
Why?
Can I speak to a
Why?
manager? Where can I get paperwork to file for my son? I wanted to put my son
Oh,
Joey
right
in
on,
daycare.
Goofy.
And after a few questions, the lady went silent.
Looks like little Joey Shirley ain't going to daycare here. And now where are we going?
Now we're going to Sweet Angel Child Care.
We're in the middle of a strip mall here inside of this neighborhood.
In fiscal year 2025, this facility, which says it's licensed for 74 kids, was paid $1.26 million in tax money. And there are no kids. And all the facilities are the same way, all of them.
Let's see if anyone opens.
Just insane.
Once again, I tried to find a spot for my son Joey, and they would not open the door.
I want to put my son Joey in daycare. Cause I need a spot to put my son Joey.
Why do they always say why?
Yes.
Is this your daycare center?
No, it's I work there. What's happened?
I just want to put a child in daycare, but all the daycare centers seem to be closed. No one's opening the doors.
You work here?
I was, yeah. What's happened?
Where are the kids?
Yeah.
It says it's licensed
Grah.
for 74 children. Right here, state of Minnesota. Where are the kids? They
Yeah.
got paid $1.26 million in fiscal year 2025. It says they have a capacity for 74 children.
When? No, when?
Where are the kids? Right here. State of Minnesota website. You work here and you don't know?
I don't know. I was there before. I don't know what's going on.
Were there any kids when you worked here?
He's there. Kids there. What's
How
happened?
many?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You worked here. Okay, well, and you're not of any help.
Can I put my son in a daycare here?
No, I don't know.
Can I speak to someone?
No, I don't know.
No?
Is it
Yeah, I
Turkey?
would like to see if I can put my son Joey here.
Who's your son, Joey?
My son Joey. Can I check out daycare center?
No. You're a liar. I'm the owner.
Do you put your kid here in this daycare?
No.
There is one child in there. Yeah, I'd like to know if this is a legit business.
Me, I'm scared of you too. How come I explain everything?
You're scared of me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of your curry.
Because of my color. You said you're scared of me because of my color. Does that make you a racist?
Yeah, no.
But
No.
you said you're scared of me because of my color.
I'm not saying you're racist.
You said you're scared of me because of my color. That makes you a racist. So right now,
This is my
they're all
tax
getting
money.
mad because he's showing the
I
paperwork
don't
of this
know that.
business being registered as a business. 74 children,
I've
no
lived my whole
children.
life
You
here.
saw one
This way, I think
child
it'll
when you
schedule
opened
it.
up the door.
So
But now
where did
they're
this
all getting
money
mad.
go? What was this money spent on? 1.26 million. What was that money spent on?
ask the owner.
There aren't any kids.
Ask the owner and the kids.
Well, then why are you talking
That's
for the
not my
owner
proof.
if you're
That's
telling me
not
to
my
talk
proof.
to the owner?
I'm sorry. I'm not understand what you're talking about.
Do you have a child here?
No.
Does anybody?
No.
Where are the 74 kids? Did you lose them? Did you lose these kids? Do I need to call
Here's
someone?
the link
Do I
to the
need
video.
to issue an Amber
for
Alert for
everybody,
missing
too.
children? Are these children missing? It's not my business that children are missing. 74 infants and toddlers, preschool.
The proof's right there. There's no children anywhere.
It's from the state of Minnesota right here.
I think we're moving on to the next location. Have a good day.
Okay.
As we continue to show the blatant fraud that was taking place here in Minnesota, Somalis started following us around the city.
And now we're being followed by the Somalis. This is another daycare center. Absolutely no signage. And there's no footprints in the snow of children playing outside. $5 million within the past
5.9
two.
million in 2 years. 5.9 million they received in 2 years. That facility right there.
And now we have a group of Somalis telling us in our vehicle right now.
From this daycare center, we headed over to the infamous Quality Learning Center, which actually spells Quality Leering Center on the outside of their sign.
Wow.
That's how blatant this fraud is here at this daycare.
Don't open up.
So this is Quality Leering Center. I meant to say Quality Learning Center.
Don't open
They
up.
said they spelt learning wrong.
Don't open up.
How do you have ice here, ma'am? I'm literally a YouTuber.
Don't open up.
Ma'am, what do you think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Stupid
Don't
liberals, all
open
she
up.
is.
We have ice.
And what do you think about this place being licensed for 99 children
Don't open up.
and
Fucking
getting
ice.
$4 million
Don't
over
open
the
up. It's ice.
$4 million in the last 2
Liberal
years?
lady
Go
doesn't know what
What do you
she's
think
doing.
about that? Are you in
Go
favor?
away.
Are you in favor of that?
Go away.
You know where
You're
the-
not welcome here.
Are you-
Shame on you.
Are you in favor of $1.9
Shame
million
on you. It's
going
ice.
illegally,
Don't open up.
fraudulently to this business that has Quality Learning Center but can't even spell learning right on the door?
Don't open up.
Ma'am, we are not ICE.
I don't care who you are. You don't belong here.
I belong here just like you belong here.
Don't open up. It's ice.
You do
Dumbass
realize
liberals.
that there's supposed to be 99 children in here at this building, but there's no one here. This is a child daycare
Minnesota
center.
says 99 children. Paid $1.9 million this year in CCAP funding. Do you know where the children are? Were they kidnapped? They run
Rodeo
away?
Donald.
Where's the children? This is state of Minnesota. Right here.
And who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley, ma'am.
And who are you with?
Nick Shirley. Nick Shirley on YouTube.
Yeah, so who are you with here?
Oh, he's just been doing some research investigating the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm with Nick Shirley.
This lady, she's calling us ICE. We're just trying to put law and order back in the streets of the United States. Get rid of all the fraud. Have you ever seen children at that daycare center right there?
Where?
Yeah, it's right there. It says the child, you've never seen daycare.
I don't see anybody in there.
We're going to educate you on something. So what do you think about this daycare center? They spelled learning wrong. They've received over $1.9 million this year alone, and they're supposed to have 99 children here.
I don't see it.
99 children.
Have you ever seen any children here?
None at all. None.
This year they got 1.9 million. Last year they got 1.5 million of your tax money for 99 children. We just want to know where are the kids?
Right.
Where are the children?
I don't see them. I've been here since 2017. I haven't seen anybody like
Never
that
seen
here.
a child here.
Nope, not at all.
And so you've
8
never
years.
seen a child here for 8 years.
Nope, not at all.
Wow.
And how does that make you feel knowing that this place is receiving
Disgusting.
$1.9 million?
Disgusting. I mean, what the hell? They stealing the money. That's a federal grant too. That's, if they get caught for that's a federal offense. I know. I studied law.
And do you think Tim Walz should go to jail for all the fraud that he's enabled here in his state?
That's him doing this? Well, heck yeah. He's got to be held accountable for this. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason what's going on here. It's simple. It's nothing there.
I bet you Albie.
And look, they even spelled learning wrong on their sign for a place that's supposed to be
that's a Somali
educating
restaurant
children.
too. How much you want to bet?
That's crazy. I mean, who runs it?
Hold on, let's see. I bet you that's another Somali restaurant. Albie, Minneapolis. Albie Kitchen. Albie Kitchen. Okay, let's see. Comfort food. Let's see, what kind of food is this? Oh yeah, look, they're Somali. Look, they're Somali. It is a Somali restaurant.
Who supposedly runs it?
Somalians.
Oh my God. Well, where? Yeah, it's just, I've never seen nobody here at all.
So how long have you been living here?
Since 2017.
You've never seen a single child walk in that building?
No, not at all.
So this daycare center is literally just a place to traffic money. $1.9 million just this year alone. And this guy's been living here for 8 years and has never seen a single child walk through those doors. There's no windows either.
No.
And the only window they do have, the door, is blacked out.
Yep, I see
It's
that.
funny, it's right next to Albie
I've never seen
Kitchen.
anybody go in there.
Within just a few hours,
You lived
we
on that
nearly
street a long
approached
time ago, Pam?
$20 million
Wow.
in fraud, and we headed over to George Floyd's neighborhood to expose more of the fraud
I've been
taking
there.
place.
This place is called Future Leaders Early Learning Center, and it's licensed for 90 children. And in fiscal year 2025, they received $3.6 million. In fiscal year 2024, they received $3 million. So in 2 years, they got $6.67 million, claiming they have 90 children every day of the week, 5 days a week.
I mean,
let's
these
find
people
out.
are making just about more money than NBA athletes.
And we don't even know if they're paying taxes, but we
They're
don't
not,
know where
if they're
this money is
nonprofit.
going. Is it going to terrorism? Where is it going? But it's
Not bad, huh,
theft,
Paul?
it's fraud. And the reason I'm involved is I want it to stop. I care about Minnesota. I'm doing this for the people of Minnesota. I don't make a dime off all this time I've spent on this. I put my life at risk several times, but I'm determined to see this through and to correct what is wrong, what is evil.
Here at Future Leaders Early Learning Center, this building received over $3 million.
Holy shit.
Hello, how are you? I would like to see if I could bring little Joey, my son, little Joey here. Is there paperwork or can I check out the daycare? No? Why can't I check out the daycare?
It's not here.
Okay, but if can I get paperwork or anything to submit my son, little Joey, to come in here to daycare? We'd really like to put Joey in this daycare. We've heard great things.
I didn't even speak English.
Business card?
No, I would like your business card, actually.
You talk to your manager.
Okay, can I speak with somebody? Where are the children at? Are there children here today?
No.
No children.
Yes.
Why are there no children?
There are two of Mexico.
Sure they
Would
are.
my son, little Joey, have friends to play with here? No.
Freaking grown.
No friends for little Joey.
Yes. Sorry.
Dang it. Well, have a great rest of your
She's
day.
got a nice iPhone
So,
there.
little Joey would not be accepted to that daycare.
Joey's still homeless.
Joey's still looking for daycare.
And because little Joey couldn't get into a daycare, we went to an autism center, as they have been popping up everywhere as a rise of autism has occurred here in Minnesota because of the government funds that they're receiving. I tried to check my son Joey into an autism center.
We've been going to a lot of these daycare centers. We're trying to find a spot for our little boy Joey, but we thought maybe we could check him in the autism center because none of the daycare centers are open. Yeah, and how many kids do you guys have at this autism center?
I can't give you a number now.
Like more than 5?
Probably, yeah.
Probably, so you don't really know?
Yeah.
What do you guys think about like the fraud that's been labeled on the autism centers here? What do you guys do think about the fraud, or how come the autism centers are popping up?
I can't answer.
What news? Are you a news reporter?
My name's Nick. We're doing a little documentary trying to find little Joey a spot to put himself in one of these centers here, because there's
So why are you asking us about
the fraud.
and stuff like that?
Yeah, because we want to make sure we're going to legit business if we're going to bring our little boy Joey here.
This is not a Joey spot.
This is not a Joey
That's
spot.
the number you have to call. But this
Did he say this is not a Joey
we
spot?
can't let you guys speak. So.
Oh, okay, thank you. So once again, little Joey, he can't even go to daycare, and now they won't even accept him if he has autism.
And again, no kids. Couldn't tell you how many kids they
I
serve.
guess there's a huge autism
After being
rate
able to
in
provide
Minnesota.
no evidence of them actually being an autism center in a place where a child could go, they shut the door and we headed to the next fraudulent daycare center that was just around the corner.
We're on to the next location. We're still trying to find little Joey a place to go to get some daycare.
So where we're going now is a place called Super
Hawaiian
Kids
bread.
Daycare Center.
King's
Interestingly,
Hawaiian bread.
this daycare center was shut down when it was called Creative Minds Daycare, and it had received $2.45 million this fiscal year, 2025.
Wow.
They had to shut down because there were so many violations, and they went and they just reopened under a new license, and they renamed the center Super Kids Daycare Center, LLC,
So they got shut down, then started another one.
literally the next day.
But next
Creative
day,
Minds Daycare, $2.45 million.
how do you even get a regular one done that quickly? Let alone you got shut down and all of a sudden the next day you got a new license. Something's up.
Sent to this daycare center. We have
Uh-oh. Come on, internet.
parking lot. We do have a bus here. This is different. We'll see if we see anybody.
I knocked on the door, absolutely nobody was inside, and once again, no children could be heard anywhere.
So David, once again, another child daycare center. We have a bus out here. No one's inside. License for over 50 kids. No children anywhere, but yet millions of dollars every single year.
So the sign says Creative Minds Daycare. They got in so much trouble. They had so many violations that they had to shut down, and they reopened the next day under Super Kids Daycare Center. You see 3801 Portland, 3801 Portland, which is where we are.
So that's fraud right there alone.
Millions and millions of dollars. And again, the kids are missing. Where are the kids?
You would think if they had the same address, that whoever's inside or working at the Capitol here inside of Minnesota would just say, oh, maybe that's a red flag.
They just write the check. Human Services, they got to clean out the whole bunch. They're the ones who enabled this fraud. How can you not look and say, wait a minute, these two are registered at the same address?
On top of all
they don't
the
look
child
into
care
it.
centers, that's just only a small piece of the fraud. What other fraud are they committing here in Minnesota?
So another major piece of the fraud is the home health care industry. Where we're going now is a building that has 14 Somali-owned home health care companies in the same building.
14 of the same healthcare companies in the one building.
14 home health care companies with different names in the same building.
How bad has Tim Walz managed the budget here inside of Minnesota?
So the last biennium, we had an $18 billion surplus. This biennium, we have a $6 billion deficit. That's a $24 billion swing in one biennium. How in the world can you burn through $24 billion in 2 years? This is how, right here.
Wow.
This is a huge part of it.
And so would you say a lot of that is fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Absolutely. I would say better than 90% of it is absolute outright fraud.
And a large percentage of this fraud is from these healthcare companies that are charging the state millions of dollars while they actually aren't providing anything. In fact, the FBI just did a raid a few days ago on a building similar to the one we are about to enter. Inside of this building, there were 14 of nearly the exact same businesses offering the exact same services.
Right here, you have a list of all of the healthcare companies. Loads of them right here. We want healthcare. Yes, we'd like to speak about getting healthcare here.
No.
Why can't I get healthcare here?
No, wait.
Warning, you are under video surveillance. No trespassing, security armed. This is the strangest place I've ever been to get healthcare. Just a bunch of different places. Healthcare here, healthcare right here. Another healthcare company right here. There are 3 healthcare companies inside of this building right here in this room of 7C. Now we have another Helping Hands, Home Care LLC, another healthcare company. Present Help right here. We're looking for the best rates of healthcare here inside this building because we have so many options. Who can we talk about getting the best healthcare?
I don't know.
No?
Sorry.
All right. We will not get any healthcare here. David, this is one of the stranger places I've ever been. Literally, healthcare every door you go to, yet nobody will give you a rate. How much money do you think's been funneled through this building?
Every year, I would say 50 to 60 million at least.
And finally, we were accepted into one of the daycare centers, and they actually took down our information to give us a rate. However, when we left, we were then met with the police.
We received a complaint that someone matching your description were in this building harassing the individuals who stayed here.
Oh, we're checking out the rates for healthcare because there's 14 healthcare companies inside this building. So
okay,
well, that's not what he said. He said there's 14 companies here, and he's trying to assume because they're Somali providers, everyone here is fraudulent.
Okay. So
he's here with some kind of like propaganda.
No, we're just checking.
No, this is a area that we're allowed to enforce trespassing ordinance. Is there any other reason?
And this is what I don't understand.
Well, we were checking rates.
No.
He'll say it again. He'll say this is a property that we are allowed to handle trespassing. Why? What do they mean by this building? I thought they should be every building you can be trespassed from.
We were checking rates. We asked for rates.
No, you're not.
Okay. I'm going to have, if you guys are all good, we're going to step outside and we can continue this conversation.
All right, let's leave. So, all right, we're getting escorted out right now. The police have arrived. We were checking out the rates, seeing what was happening inside this building. No one would really speak with us. We did go inside the one daycare center, and she actually did give us rates for childcare. Much respect to that lady. What's the problem, officer?
Well, so again, we've been getting reports from multiple individuals that you guys were harassing individuals who work here. At the end of the day, this is private property, and it's one that people are allowed to ask you to leave, and it's also one the Minneapolis Police Department is allowed to enforce trespassing ordinance at this address.
Yeah.
So
as we got escorted out of this building, the Somalis filmed us as we left, and we headed over to the next building that had 22 of the same home health care providers operating from inside of the building.
Right here you have multicultural home care. And right here it says it's open, but can't even get in. Another Reliance Recovery Center. Mercy and Grace Care, Inc. Right here you have Den Eritrean Youth Development Association of Minnesota. Another child care center. Welcome to Bright Beginning Center. But what do you guys think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Sorry. No comments. Can I please?
Right here you have Serenity Quality Care. All of these businesses are literally the same type of business, providing the same service in the same building. Another Convenience Home Healthcare Aid, Inc. and Child Friendly Space. All these companies get money from the government. Why would you have the same company essentially inside of the same building, door to door? Right here, Queenly Home Healthcare. It just does not make sense. If you're trying to operate a business, you'd want to have less competition. But here, they have all of their competition right next door. We're wondering, because we hear there's lots of fraud taking place here in Minnesota, and we're wondering, why is there so many of the same companies inside of this same building?
No, I don't know that.
What do you think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
I don't have any idea about that fraud, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
What do you think about the news articles and what's being spread on the news about the fraud?
Right now, you are doing something wrong.
I'm just asking you.
No, you
about
don't
the
have
fraud.
to ask me, okay?
Nice,
don't
bro.
ask me that question again.
Okay.
Okay?
Who can I speak to?
Yeah?
Who can I speak to? Okay. As soon as you confront them about the fraud, they get angry. When these people have these home healthcare companies, you're seeing them everywhere inside this building. What kind of fraud are they committing?
So there's false documentation being submitted to the state of Minnesota for services never provided. They're having forms signed in advance for services that were then never rendered. As far as a year or 2 years in advance, they'll have someone sign these forms at one sitting, and then they just file those with the state of Minnesota, and nobody from the state of Minnesota bothers to check that those services were ever provided.
So they're essentially just using people, saying that they had these services provided months or even years ago, then filing the paperwork and then receiving money from the government.
Right. And the Somali community is a very closed community. So everybody's in on it and they don't want to talk, as you can see.
And for this building, I'm going to give an estimate of around $30 million for how much fraud is taking place. That is a very low estimate. However, still a lot of money in fraud.
And do you think there is fraud taking place here?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea what any of these businesses are doing?
I never ask.
And now, with upwards of $100 million in fraud, we headed to one more daycare. And this one gets a little spicy as we get chased out at the very end. And after this, we'll be heading to the state capitol to confront the incompetent government leaders who have enabled this fraud to happen.
And I knew this video was going to be super dangerous to film because of obviously how hostile it is, and as we are exposing legit fraud happening. I did get security for this video, and I was able to do it through the Black Line Guardian. And if you guys want to help fund my security in the future, you can go down to the link down below. They're not paying me to say any of this. They came and decided to help me out for this video. So you can go to Black Line Guardian, the link's down below, and click Guardian for Nick, and those funds will directly go to my security and future videos as we are exposing lots of things happening, especially with this fraud. Like I said, they're not sponsoring this video. I'm just giving them a shout out because of how they helped me. So go down to the link down below, click Guardian for Nick, and let's keep going. And now we're going to the next location. Now, this child daycare center, this one's different than all the other ones we've been to. Tell us about this one.
This one is different because, according to the state of Minnesota, this 312 West Lake Street houses not one, not two, but 3 child care centers and is licensed to hold 102 children. And in fiscal year 2025 was paid $2.66 million by the state of Minnesota.
And this is the building right here. So this building alone made $2.6 million. Wow. Let's see if anybody's inside. Now we're inside of the building where there's apparently 4 childcare centers.
We met this lady and we followed her to the back of the building where the daycare was supposedly at.
So right here we have 2 child daycare centers. We have the Minnesota Child Care Center, and then we also have Nuna. Between the two, $2.66 million. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Why are you recording?
Yes. We would like to know.
Well, it says we're trying to figure out 102 children. Is that for this facility?
What is the name? Guys,
It's from the state of Minnesota website. It says you have 102 children here in your child care.
which child care name is a lot of
Minnesota Child Care right here. It's from the state of Minnesota's website. We're just wondering where the children are.
where the children are.
Yeah, where are the children? It says you have 102 children here, and you got $2.66 million this year in funding, and $2.5 million last year. We're just wondering where the kids are.
And who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley.
Nick Shirley.
And where are you? Which department? That is harassment.
Oh, we are from ourselves.
Yeah.
Hello, we'd like to ask where the money's going.
Wow.
Look at that. Shut us down. Where are the children at? No children inside of this daycare center. And look at this daycare center right here. No children inside of this daycare center. But between those buildings, over $2.6 million. We are just curious, where are the children at? Do you know where the children are at?
No.
Where are the children at in these daycare centers?
I don't care.
How come these childcare centers have no children?
I don't know.
There's $2.6 million inside these businesses that were given by the government, but there's no children to be seen anywhere. People deserve to know where their taxes are going. If these companies and these daycare centers are making upwards of $2.6 million and there's no children to be seen anywhere, something fraudulent is happening. And that is not make you racist, Islamophobic. This is just the truth of what's happening here in Minnesota. If there's a bunch of white people doing the same thing, we'd be talking about the same issue. This is just fraud at unprecedented levels here inside of Minnesota. It's actually very concerning. Where are the children at inside of these buildings? They're nowhere to be seen. Millions of dollars are being sent into these daycare centers all across Minnesota, and there's not a child to be seen anywhere. Here's another daycare center inside this same building.
We don't want you to be videotaping anything.
Where is all the money going for if there's no children at these daycare centers?
Sir,
Yes.
I told you, please leave.
Yes, we have a question though. Where is the children at these daycare centers if there's millions of dollars?
Ask with the local government, yeah.
Oh, we've asked. We have the paper here. So we're wondering where the money and where the children are at. We have the paper right here. Come here.
Who are you, first of all?
My name's Nick Shirley.
You don't have any permission to record me. Period.
Can we talk outside?
You don't have permission to record.
She doesn't have permission to record me.
You cannot stop people on the street and question them.
Yeah,
you don't have any permission.
Where
You don't
are
know
the
the
children?
law, dude.
I will sue you. You don't have any permission. We have nothing to do with this. You
Okay.
understand?
Then are there
So
children?
leave. Please leave.
Are there children here?
Please leave.
Where are the children? $2.6 million for a daycare center.
You ask whoever you think is doing that. You don't know what you're talking about. So leave. Leave.
Tell us what's happening here then.
I said leave.
We're wondering what's
We
happening.
are not a child care. We are nothing to do with it. We're common people walking. And
Yes.
you are.
We're not accusing you. We're asking where the children are at.
Don't ask me anything.
We're not accusing you. We're asking the daycare center.
I am not going to answer. You have.
We're done.
Where are the children at?
Leave. Leave.
We just want to know where are the children.
Who you work for?
Nowhere.
My name's Nick Shirley.
Who you work for?
I work for myself. Nick Shirley.
Okay. What are you recording?
We're wondering where are the children? $2.66 million for
You're not talking to
the
the
Minnesota
right person.
Child Care Center.
You're not talking to the right person.
Are there children that come here? Answer the question. Are there children?
Leave.
There's no children inside this
You
building.
don't know who you're talking to. Leave.
That's just a simple question. Where are the children at? David, they won't even answer. We asked him, plain and simple, where are the children? Do children come here?
This is why I've had my life. I've been attacked twice. Once with a knife, and the other time I was jumped last Saturday by 3 Somali men simply for asking questions about what was going on. And they're very, very violent people. They do not like this fraud to be exposed.
After giving this man plenty of opportunities to answer the simple question, where are the children? He called the cops on us and we headed to the state capitol where they're having a meeting about the fraud to confront the state representatives and people in the government who have enabled and let this fraud happen. Inside of this committee, a Republican representative showed charts showing exactly how this fraud has been committed and who is profiting and connecting all the dots. And while the Democrat representatives looked into the abyss, one of them spoke about how none of this is building trust and how this is a nonpartisan issue. So I went and confronted her after that.
Yes, but I'm.
He has some very valid questions to ask about what's going on here in Minnesota. And do you think this fraud
I don't know who
crosses?
you are.
My name's Nick Shirley.
Okay.
Do you think this fraud is Republican or Democrat or just
That's how she
facts that
runs
fraud is
away?
happening?
I think the fact that
Because
you're
I-
talking about it as a partisan issue.
Well, because that's what I heard you
shows
talking
me-
about. That
I know what I said is that what
because
we're talking
we want
about
to build
is
we want to build trust, but fraud is fraud. So why should we be enabling fraud to happen here?
no. I don't think anybody is enabling fraud to
When are you
happen.
going to hold Governor Walz accountable for this?
Okay, sir.
No. This
Sir,
is not.
sir.
When are you going to hold Governor Walz? No. She is a representative for the
Oh,
state
she's
of Minnesota.
definitely
Yes or
liberal.
no?
Excuse me.
Yes. Are you?
If you're gonna talk to me like
Are you going
that,
to say to her, "I'm a disability advocate"?
I heard you, and I
get
we've asked you
overstimulated.
to testify.
Thank you for testifying today.
She
No,
won't, ma'am. The facts are the facts that fraud is happening here, and it's not a nonpartisan issue. How come you think fraud has been able to happen so much underneath?
I think
the
if you've
government
been
here?
listening to our hearings, we've had now 10 hearings on this. And so there's really good data from the people who both work
Having
within the
hearings doesn't mean
administration,
you're doing
as well
anything.
as who, both Democrat and Republicans. I
Yes.
think what you heard today is that the Republicans who control this committee are not actually interested in solving fraud. What they're interested in is telling a story.
blame
This
the
fraud has
Republicans.
happened underneath Democrat leader Tim Walz.
There has been Medicaid fraud across the country under Democrats and Republicans. There's fraud within the Trump administration. We have is fraud.
Omar definitely needs to go.
Private providers have made government a mark. And so every person running government, Democrats or Republicans, are dealing with the issue of how to keep fraudsters out of our public payment. We're also dealing with veterans. We're dealing with consumers. I hope you're looking at that. If you look at United Health, currently is being charged with defrauding Medicare. You know who runs Medicare? President Trump. Medicaid fraud is a
It's
50
President
state
Trump's
issue.
fault now.
And so again, it is not a partisan issue. There are Democrats and Republicans who are sitting in that committee talking about it. But what you did here was the Republican chair say she's not turning information over to the one person in government who can stop payment. And I hope you print that.
Thank you for coming today.
Okay.
Crazy.
Well,
Is this
saw what
really
happened
the
there?
state of Minnesota that we live in? And these politicians are just walking off, thinking it's okay Tuesday, and they want to go visit the Trump. They want to blame the Trump administration. We have Democrats blaming ICE. I'm tired. My people are suffering. I'm scared for my little brother. My people are suffering, and these people just walk off. We have a governor who fucking doesn't care. How many more people are gonna freaking die? How many more people are gonna go homeless?
No, he's not. He's not, bro. Not
And
at
how
all.
many more people are gonna be trafficked in our freaking system?
One day we covered $110 million worth of fraud. So once again, folks, if you want to share this video out, here's the link to. Oh shit! Whoops, that wasn't it. That's something else. I was looking something up. Let's see. There you go. This is the link to the video we just watched. Go give Nick Shirley a thumbs up, a like, and share it around for everybody to go see it, because that's just insane, right? Insane. It's just freaking insane. Let's see what we can see on X real quick. I wasn't planning on going live for too long today, so but we'll go for a little bit. That was very well done by Nick Shirley, girl. Yes, I agree. Very well done. Wow. Let's see. Justin, congressional Republicans are being called on to pass the Waltz Act nationwide, which will prevent Minnesota scale from ever happening again. I'm guessing they're talking about fraud. So let's see.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is in hot water over fraud in his state. Now, one GOP lawmaker is fighting back with the Walz Act. Congresswoman Miller Meeks saying, quote, the Walz Act is named for a reason, to ensure this level of negligence can never be repeated anywhere else in America. This bill puts hard safeguards in place to protect taxpayer dollars, shut the door on scam artists, and bring real accountability back to government programs. The Small Business Administration also taking action. SBA Administrator Kelly Loeffler announcing on X in part, today I informed Governor Tim Walz that the SBA is halting $5.5 million in annual funding to Minnesota pending further review. Pressure is also building at the local level. Minnesota mayors speaking out over concerns state fiscal policies are hurting their residents.
Within the last 3 months, this has really gone downhill. And Brian, if we do the quick math, $9 billion in fraud divided by 5.79 million Minnesotans comes out to roughly be $1,500 a person that each Minnesotan, each hardworking Minnesotan, has had stolen from them from the Walz administration and the policies coming out of St. Paul.
I'm not a Democrat.
And now, real quick, he said 5.7 million people had it taken away. Well, how many of those 5.7 million people are on welfare or unemployment or something to where they're not paying taxes? So that means it's probably more like $3,000 a person.
I'm not a Republican. I'm a Minnesotan, and I'm frustrated with how it had happened, as well as the communication that's happened. So, really, our mayors are joining together not to point fingers and blame, but we're here to help solve the problem.
That's insane, and they're saying California, where I live, is even worse. Even worse. Multiple wives, multiple checks, Somali polygamy. Let's see what this is about.
Oh yeah, the Somalians have it figured out in Columbus. I went to the Walmart on Georgesville to see if I could see people filling their carts or just kind of see what I could see. It's not the way they do it. They've got it figured out way better than that. Every single Somali restaurant has a grocery store right next door or within eyeshot of the restaurant. The specific one I went into today had it attached to the restaurant. And wow, what an adventure that was. Stay tuned for more on that. Anyways, the grocery store and the restaurant were the same building. So they don't have to go to a Walmart or a Sam's Club or a Costco necessarily. They can just order everything they need to their grocery store that's right next to or attached to the restaurant that they also own and never have to fill a single cart. And I guarantee you, if you looked at the records of those grocery stores, they lose tons of money every year, and it's probably used as a tax write-off because those groceries
Same
are being
here,
funneled
girl.
into those restaurants with a daycare center on the opposite side.
I
And
was
that's the
surprised.
common trend you'll see. There's restaurants, grocery stores, and daycare centers, and also home health care businesses. I can't forget the home health care businesses. Nakia was absolutely right. And the reason for the daycare centers, I found out while I was at Walmart. 3/4 of the workers I saw working in Walmart, especially the cashiers, were Somali women. You got to figure if you have 2 or 3 wives that you don't have to claim, these women can go work at Walmart full time for $15 an hour and still qualify for food stamps as long as they have a couple kids, which you can guarantee you they at least have 2 kids. Hell, they average 7. Or same story as working as a home health care aide. They have most definitely figured out the system and how to take advantage of it. And Columbus doesn't break down its numbers like Minnesota, but if anything like the 88% of the Somali community is on social services in Columbus, I can only imagine how deep the fraud is. So I'm changing tactics and going back up Monday, and I have a couple ideas to see if I can't sniff a few things out.
Wow. It's where the Somalians are, right? And I bet you it's other people. Other countries are learning how to do it too. How are we supposed to share a country with leftist activist judges who want murderers and criminals roaming free in our community? 39 convicted killers get to walk free in Massachusetts after a woke judges scrap life without parole for emerging adults. Crosses 95% of them. Breaking news: whistleblowers have been exposed a Somali-run charity in Maine for stealing millions from Medicaid for bogus services. Medicaid has now cut off payments to this organization. Somalis add nothing to our country; they only take. Let's see what this is from News Nation.
And after weeks of silence, the state of Maine Department
of
Services has shut off Medicaid payments to Gateway, the Somali American-led health services contractor at the heart of all this in Maine. After a whistleblower, Chris Bernardini, told us taxpayers have been bilked out of millions from the state's Medicaid program there.
Millions.
He says they charge taxpayers for providing services that were never performed.
In your professional opinion, what you saw was fraud?
Absolute.
No doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
2 different state audits covering the 2015 to 2018 years found that Gateway overbilled the state $662,000, and the state issued Gateway 2 formal violation notices. But according to the Maine Department of Health and Human Services, they're still trying to recoup over $500,000 of that from Gateway. After our story aired, Gateway called the allegations false. Today, in the statement, they write, Gateway was notified of the state's decision earlier this week and is investigating and gathering information. Gateway stands by its previous statements on these allegations and will continue to cooperate with all oversight agencies as it has done in the past. And important to note, in the House oversight demands for certain banking reports, they list as persons of interest the company's founder and CEO, Abdullahi Ali, the Somali American who, while at the time serving as executive director for Gateway, last year ran for president, which is essentially governor of Jubaland, a state in Somalia south of borders Kenya. Also listed, former assistant executive director and current U.S. state representative for Maine, Deka Dalak. Neither have responded to our request for comment. We've also reached out repeatedly for comment to Janet Mills, the governor of Maine, and she has yet to respond. Cole?
All right. We got to stop letting, people that are not foreign Americans to becoming elected officials in our country. This is bullshit. And we have uncovered $9 billion. The Somali GDP is only $12 billion. Yeah, I heard that we've brought up almost that much, more than their average GDP. This one will piss you off. New Mexico gives free child care to illegals while taxpayers pay the bill. New Mexico's universal child care program extends benefits to illegal aliens if their children were born after crossing the border illegally. The policy covers both public and private child care costs. There's no citizenship required tied to eligibility, and state taxpayers are funding benefits unavailable to many working Americans elsewhere. And that's just going to cause people, well, hey, I'm about to have a baby. Let's go to the United States and go have it and get our benefits. Here's another one. A Somali immigrant scammed over $1 million in down payments for homes, promising he was building a Somali Muslim. And where is this? In Minnesota.
Hennepin County judge is ordering a housing developer to return what could be more than $1 million in deposits for a new community that was never built.
Nalosha Development promised a path to home ownership for Somali families on nearly 40 acres of land just off I-35 in Lakeville.
We rolled up to the Nalosha offices here in Eden Prairie. I spotted the owner, Abdulwali Abdullah. He's standing right here loading up this U-Haul truck. But by the time we could stop our car and get out to try to talk to him, he was gone. After we found this eviction notice on the door to his office, Abdullahi texted me that he was not available to comment and asked us to leave the premises immediately. 5 Investigates found he's also the target of lawsuits from individual clients still waiting on refunds. One calling out a false house project and another writing, "I have been lied to constantly." The judge in this case will now hold another hearing to figure out exactly how Nalosha is going to pay back its clients.
Hennepin County judge is ordering a
more Somali fraud. House Republicans are now moving toward expelling Ilhan Omar. How many times have we heard this before?
I have just 20 seconds. I want your thoughts. Ilhan Omar, should she be expelled from Congress? The president said possibly even the country. Looks like there's no record of her being a naturalized U.S. citizen through her father. She might have lied about married the brother. What do you think?
If she's not naturalized citizen in our country, she's ineligible to be in Congress. So yes, she should be removed.
I hope they figure that out, but I don't think nothing's gonna happen. They've been saying this for years. At least a year, I should say.
I don't think anybody disagrees with that. 7 million means that they're not just going after criminals.
Well, they're going after people who are in the country illegally, right?
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying the criminals. This is a much bigger universe.
Doesn't that make you a criminal?
No, it doesn't.
To come across the border illegally?
Coming into the country illegally is a civil offense. It's not a criminal offense.
It's a criminal
if you
offense.
come into the country illegally, here's the message. We're going to find you and send you back. I mean, I'm sorry. That's the way it is. And I think the government should pull all the levers at its disposal to find people and pull this off. It's what the American people asked Donald Trump to do. Yes, they should be deporting violent people. Yes, they should be deporting people who committed violent acts before they came here. But at some juncture, if you're going to allow any illegal immigration at all, the message then goes out. Just get here. It'll probably work out for you. That was the last administration. This is a...
Okay, let's look this up real quick. Let's just ask Grok. Let's see what Grok says. He can tell us pretty quickly. We'll ask him. Is coming United States legally a criminal or civil offense? Let's see what it is. Improper entry or illegal entry is generally a criminal offense under federal law. So Abby, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. Under 8 USC subsection 1325, any non-citizen who enters or attempts to enter the United States at a time or place other than designated by immigration officers, or eludes examination or inspection, or uses false representation or concealment to gain entry, is subject to criminal penalties. For the first offense, is punishable by a fine of up to 6 months imprisonment, and each and every other time is 2 more years added onto it. There are also separate civil fines, $50 to $250. So, yeah, it is a criminal offense, not a civil offense, you dumb bitch. Ugh, Karen Bass.
Let me get your reaction to that report from David Culver we just heard. What did you think?
Well, in a way, I think it's sad. I think that those Border Patrol agents are going to have a difficult time when they're out in the field and they see what actually happens in real life, separate from their training. But I do understand that their primary incentive is financial. I think it just speaks to the financial situation that millions of Americans find themselves in. And I definitely am concerned about that report.
Let me get your reaction.
What report are they talking about? That Hispanic Americans who work for ICE are only in it for the money. Stupid. Okay, here we go. Let's see what this dumb bitch is saying now.
I mean, I have no worry. I don't know how they take away my citizenship and like deport me, but I don't even know like why that's such a scary threat. Like, I'm not the 8-year-old who escaped war anymore. I'm grown. My kids are grown. Like, I can go live wherever I want. I mean, I have no.
Yeah, because you got $30 million now that you shouldn't have. Look at this. Zohan Mamdani in New York appoints Lillian Bonsignori as the new FDNY commissioner. You can't make. Is that her? She's definitely a transgender, isn't she?
Lillian Bonsignor is a career first responder. In just 9 days, she'll be running the world's busiest fire department, one of the most important appointments of the incoming administration.
And they deserve a leader who cares about their work because she did it herself, who understands every detail, and who will fight tirelessly to empower FDNY and make it the best firefighting force in the world.
Lillian Bonsignor began her career as an EMT in 1991 and was ultimately promoted to chief of the city's EMS division, where she served for 3 years before retiring in 2022. Although she never served as a firefighter, she's confident that won't matter.
She's never even been a firefighter.
I know what the firefighters need, and I can translate that to this administration who's willing to listen. I know what EMS needs. I have been EMS for 30 plus years.
Bonsignor is a trailblazer for the LGBTQ community.
New York is going
who will
down.
serve as the FDNY's first openly gay commissioner. She's a highly respected, detail-oriented manager whose style has been compared to NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch, who will remain in her post in the new administration.
Wow, New York City is just going down. So now this is a mayor of Stewartville, Minnesota. Says even more fraud is coming. Let's see.
When we have to balance our budget and have our truth in taxation, we've got to come up with reasons why, and we all know now part of the reason why is the fraud and corruption that's going on. I mean, this next program they're coming out with after the first year is so ripe and set up for fraud. This private family medical leave plan. I mean, I don't think you guys have seen anything yet. I believe the next move they'll make is they'll put a line item in the state budget for fraud, so the auditor has an easier time figuring out where all the money went.
Wow.
I can see that coming.
Well, it is
when we have.
This is insane. Okay, so we watched that already, so we got to show little ones. Yemeni immigrant indicted for SNAP fraud scheme. Well, let's see this winner.
You happy now? For Mr. Shami? All of you guys. America, it.
Strong words from the wife of this Lovejoy Corner Deli owner as she left his court arraignment today with their daughter throwing up the bird to cameras.
This defendant is accused of flagrantly abusing the public trust.
A grand jury indicted 37-year-old Ahmed Al-Shami for food stamp fraud. Investigators say he would exchange money with individuals to use their EBT cards, then go to big box retailers to purchase items for his store. Transactions totaling almost $4,000.
He was selling Pepsi for 99 cents a 2 liter. You can't buy Pepsi for 99 cents for a 2 liter if you're an independent store owner. You have to charge more.
Buffalo Council member Richard Fontana lives near the deli. He says a lot of illegal activity has been going on at the store, and it has been a major problem for the Lovejoy community.
He was essentially the worst store owner I've seen in my 20 years in City Hall.
Wow, just insane. Fraud everywhere. Here's some more.
Families need the relief. We need leaders who will invest in our neighbors, not attack them. The Somali community in Minnesota is a backbone of the state. We contribute to the economy.
The backbone
we
of the
serve our
state.
communities. We raise families, and we do it with pride. We move to communities in greater Minnesota that have been decimated by the bad practices of the big corporation interest. And big brings small local business, like here today, multi-generational income, and help with restoration. I am saying this to say we are greater than fear, and to my Somali community, Iskasha Tomakufto, which means when people stand together, they do not fall. We will continue to show up for one another with courage. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Just disgusting.
And I want to end with this. We're gonna do one more chant, and we're gonna have some great food. All right, you guys ready for that? All right. You're gonna say Manta Manta. Wamaluwene Manta.
Wamaluwene Manta.
Manta Manta Manta.
Manta Manta Manta.
Wamaluwene Manta.
Wamaluwene Manta.
Put your fists up. Manta Manta Manta. Wamaluwene.
You guys notice how it's all white people there? It's all white people there.
Manta, 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 Manta. Wamaluwene Manta. We are greater than. We are greater than.
All white women, mostly. Look at that, mostly white women.
Thank you all for coming out. We really appreciate you all. Grab some food.
Yeah, off the government dime, right? Let's see, Maine residents. Oh, we already watched that one. ICE announced they are shifting resources to Somali hotbeds. Let's see this.
What's the latest you're seeing there in the Buckeye State?
Well, we were able to kick this operation off on December 16th. And with this operation, we've had a lot of success very quickly. Our officers have gone out and truly arrested the worst of the worst. We have arrested gang members, murderers, and rapists. We've arrested people with sex crime charges. We've arrested people with DWI charges. And we've been able to go after these people that have been in this country illegally. They have taken advantage of the system here in Ohio, and we're putting a stop to that, allowing us to go after the worst of the worst who have been embedded themselves in these communities near Columbus, Ohio.
The Columbus mayor is protesting. I want to play a clip from him, and I'll get you to react.
Our police will not be used to carry out these operations. Columbus is already safe without federal intervention. Please take care of one another and know that your community leaders see and support you.
What's your response to him, and is his protest causing you any issues?
Well, look, we will continue to go into cities no matter if the locals want to work with us or not. Sanctuary cities policies, leaders who don't want to work with ICE is not going to deter ICE from doing our job. We want to walk beside law enforcement officers to allow them to go after the worst of the worst, the people that have been wreaking havoc in their communities. Now, if the city of Columbus doesn't work with us, well, that's not going to stop us from going in and removing these criminals who have wreaked havoc on the American people for far too long.
Good. Take them down. Take them down. Okay, this is the last thing we're gonna play. This is OMG. It's an OMG. It's an OMG. We're gonna watch this, then we're gonna go.
So AI has access to like everybody's bank account?
Shit.
They see the amount in your bank account, yes.
I can't. Is it constitutional to do that?
Their audio is awful.
They are assholes.
Really?
They are the definition of an asshole. All of them. They have no problem like going after the small people, you know, putting people in prison, like destroying people's life. They have no problem doing that. They said like, we were all nice when we started. Now look at us. Like they are like robots right now. All of them.
I can't wait to give this news to all of my friends.
Yeah, please don't tell them my name.
Do you think that you would like have to have like these rights?
No, not the direct. They can audit like whoever they want.
That's actually it's a pretty basic.
IRS can audit whoever they want.
Yeah. Like in 6 months, they were able to capture $500 million.
Do they have warrants to go into like the accounts to find that $500 million?
Like, no.
You said the IRS doesn't control the AI? Who does?
The Department of Justice and the Inspector General.
It's like you went into the army.
When I went to the criminal investigation unit, the guy telling me like, well, the first person you shoot, you're gonna remember. But after that, you're gonna shoot like 100 people. You're not gonna remember any of them.
The fuck? I mean, come on, would you guys recognize James O'Keefe in that outfit?
Really?
They have no problem doing that.
Is it constitutional to do that?
I doubt it.
It takes a lot of money to do this kind of work, and I wanted to thank the wellness company for being a great OMGC kit. And get your
Fast forward to this stuff.
TWC and here at OMG Trafficking, receiving 400
Oops, hold
company
on.
for supporting our work, facilitating human trafficking, receiving $400,000 in tax-exempt money through a church, and then learning that churches don't require the organization to file an annual 990 tax return. Well, we decided to take a closer look at the IRS. One of our citizen journalists signed up for the American Swiper program and managed to obtain a few meetings with IRS official Alex Mena, who works for the IRS in the Criminal Investigations Unit. Alex Mena says everybody he knows at the IRS are, quote, assholes and, quote, destroy people's lives, unquote.
I met with the senior agents like the last week.
Yeah.
So they said like those agents have been there for like 15 and 20 years. They said that we were all nice when we started. Now look at us. They are assholes.
Really?
They are the definition of an asshole. All of them.
What do you mean by that?
Like, they have no problem like going after the small people, you know, putting people in prison, like destroying people's life. They have no problem doing that.
They feel like they don't have any empathy at all towards it?
No empathy. Like, they are like robots right now. All of them.
Alex Mena doubts the constitutionality of the IRS using artificial intelligence to snoop into people's bank accounts.
I can't. Is it constitutional to do that?
I doubt it. Yeah.
My goodness, though, but the AI getting into your bank account is just. I mean, I might have a nightmare tonight thinking about that.
Oh, please don't. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I can't wait to give this news to all of my friends.
Yeah, please don't tell them my name.
Alex Mena asks us not to tell anybody that he, Alex Mena, is the one telling us this.
Yeah, please don't tell them my name.
Alex Mena says the IRS doesn't need evidence for an audit.
Do you think that you would have to have a lease
No, not with the. They can audit like whoever they want.
Alex Mena describes how the IRS has a system that uses artificial intelligence to target potential abusers.
So who makes those decisions, though? If you're not making that decision to go after a certain company or a person, then who is someone above you is making that decision?
No, actually, right now we have a system that uses AI.
It uses AI.
Yeah, to target potential abusers.
How does the AI? Wait, I would never, ever have thought that would be possible.
Yeah.
AI really is out to take over the world, isn't it?
Yes.
So how does AI do that?
So we have all the information from all the companies in the whole world, actually, not just in the United States.
Yeah.
So the AI looks at all the returns, looks at the bank statements, looks at the books. And if there is a potential for fraud, it knows there is a potential for fraud.
So AI has access to everybody's bank account? What?
Yeah. But they don't
is that nationwide or just here in New York, New Jersey?
No, nationwide.
Oh my gosh. My gosh.
But actually, most of the cases, we're still controlling the AI for now because it's a new system. Most of the cases we get, is referral. These people snitching on each other. Those are most of the cases we get right now.
What do you mean people snitching on each other?
We get an anonymous tip about a huge corporation that overvalued their assets by $10 billion.
But does the AI also do their own investigation into people's emails or phone numbers or phone lines? No. But they just dip into your bank account.
They see the amount in your bank account, yes.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah.
A little invasive, isn't it?
And a lot of people like are not happy with it.
No, when did that begin? Has it always been this way, or?
Alex Mena describes how invasive the artificial intelligence warrantless searching is.
That's actually, it's a bit invasive, right?
Yeah.
Alex Mena, who works in criminal investigations for the IRS, says AI is working well and has captured $500 million in 6 months.
It's working really well.
It's working really well? What does that mean?
Like in 6 months, they were able to capture $500 million.
So $500 million.
$500 million.
$1 billion. Oh my God.
Yeah. In 6 months. It's crazy, right?
Do they have warrants to go into like the accounts to find that $500 million?
Last year, there was an article describing how the IRS was deploying AI to target rich partnerships and tracking of digital assets. The Supreme Court has upheld in Pulselli versus IRS the authority of the IRS to review bank records, in particular, examine the bank records of people with late payments without notice, and even their family members. This power is triggered under IRS Section 7602, which provides the authority to interview the taxpayer, the principal officers, third parties, and lower-level employees. There's also the Bank Secrecy Act, which examines transactions to detect money laundering and tax evasion. The Biden White House issued an executive order which included some federal limits on the use of artificial intelligence. Speaking of the Biden White House, Alex Mena points out that it's AI whether we want it or not. And after all, it's a, quote, federal agency under the president.
But the thing about the IRS, because it's a federal agency just under the president.
Wait, say that again?
The IRS, because it's a federal agency. Mm-hmm. We are like right under the Congress and the president.
Yeah.
The state really doesn't have a say in what we do.
Wow. So AI, whether we want it or not.
The Office of Management and Budget has also issued a draft memorandum detailing how government agencies should comply. The memo calls for designating chief AI officers, human fallback plans, compliance requirements, and other implementation issues. That draft memo states, quote, to improve accountability for AI issues, agencies must designate a chief AI officer, consistent with Section 10.1b of the AI Executive Order. Still, it's unclear whether any of this is in effect yet, and would have a generous timeline for them to be in effect before agencies had to follow their requirements. Alex Mena at the IRS
So they're coming after us human citizens,
Justice, who is
but not the
currently,
Somalis.
quote, controlling the AI used by the IRS.
The Department of Justice, the Inspector General, all those people are like controlling it, not the IRS.
You said the IRS doesn't control the AI? Who does?
The Department of Justice and the Inspector General.
Alex Mena says when it comes to accountability, well, that's non-existent. After all, it's just impossible to lose your job in the government.
It's almost impossible to lose your job in the government.
I can see that.
What would you have to do to lose your job in the government?
I mean, I heard about a guy who showed up drunk to work and punched another person, and they just sent that person to therapy.
Hey, what?
They sent him to therapy.
Therapy for what?
He showed up drunk and punched a coworker.
So he didn't get fired for that?
Mm-hmm.
It's insane, right?
That's actually crazy.
He's probably fired now, though, after President Trump is around.
Not the government.
Huh?
Not the government. The unions are very strong.
Alex Mena, who works in criminal investigations at the IRS, says that they're currently targeting the National Football League.
So last week, like, they decided to go after the owners of the NFL teams.
What? We went went after the owners of the NFL teams?
All of them. Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah. So that's gonna be fun.
Wow.
Why did they go after the owners of the NFL teams, though?
Because they are like billionaires, and like they pay like very little taxes. So
But are they using legal loopholes to do that, or are they?
that's what we're gonna find out, if it's legal or not legal.
How many NFL owners?
Like all the teams, everyone.
What?
Yeah. They don't care. Those people are not afraid of anything. If we find like a mistake, like and we make them like pay like $100 million, that's a drop in the pocket for them. But each NFL team is like worth at least $3 billion, at least.
Alex Mena, who works for the IRS in the Criminal Investigations Unit, is distraught that he's destroying people's lives.
When I went to the Criminal Investigation Unit, the guy telling me like, well, the first person you shoot, you're gonna remember. But after that, you're gonna shoot like 100 people.
How many people are you gonna shoot for messing with the IRS? Come on.
It's like he went into the army.
No, most of the people in the Criminal Investigation Unit, they are veterans.
Are you Alex Mena with the IRS? Are you Alex Mena with the IRS, sir? Or is this you on camera, sir?
No, that's not me.
That's not you.
Crazy. Coming for a local, or well, not me because I'm too broke. They got nothing to look at me for because I don't make enough money. Anyways, y'all, this is it's gonna be end of the show tonight. It's Friday. I'm tired, and yeah, the loopholes goofy. So good night, y'all. Have a good night, and enjoy your Friday night. Don't get in too much trouble. See ya. Adios.